Hey everybody, welcome to the Kit Cave. So back with a new video playlist series, looking at the genre of the hobby that a lot of people know and love, and I suppose this is how a lot of people first get into their modelling careers, whether they're doing things like the box kits, like model kits, scale model kits like this, um, or anything else, miniature painting, Warhammer, Games Workshop. If you haven't watched, the last video that I posted, just to reiterate or to let people know, this is how I got started with model building, and this is how a lot of people, start in their journeys. 9 years old, I was 9 years old as a kid, wandered into a Games Workshop store, just absolutely fell in love with the genre of tabletop gaming and miniature painting in itself. Way back in the 80s, this was. Picked up my little first blister pack of what was then known as squats, um, and that's where the journey began. So yeah, I'm going to be working on coming back to this. I've had a break from miniature painting, and specifically Games Workshop uh, models and miniatures. It's been close to 15 years since I last painted a Warhammer or Games Workshop miniature or anything of the like, because I focused on more science fiction, large scale spaceships, and that kind of thing. But I'm coming back to it. I have missed it. I have missed it. It's a great little genre. I absolutely adored it. As you can see, sitting in front of us, I picked this box up a few weeks ago. Adepta Sororitas, I believe that's how you pronounce it, or Battle Sisters, or Sisters of Battle, whatever you want to call it. To get started, I used to have a Grey Knights army. I sold it all on eBay when I stopped doing this modelling. I'm collecting Games Workshop models, and I've got to be honest, I'm bloody kicking myself now for doing it. What a stupid thing to do. But then back in the day, I never expected, I never thought I would come back to it, and I really shouldn't have stopped anyway. But there we go. We live and learn, don't we? So yeah, I'm not going to be rambling on too much about Games Workshop in itself, and I've been watching a lot of over the last few weeks as I look to get back into this particular element of the hobby, of collecting Games Workshop miniatures. I'm not going to be one of these people who sits there and and rags on about Games Workshop and, oh, they've changed this and that's bad, and they've changed and they've done this and that's bad, and they've changed all the rules and they don't make any sense, and all the armies are now overpowered, or this one's underpowered and they don't match up, blah 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 blah. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there that I've seen from people that have been doing that. And look, each to their own. If that's what you want to do on your videos, if you want to rag on about Games Workshop, about how their models are too massively overpriced and blah 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 and all the rest of it, but fill your boots. I'm not going to do that, because I got to be perfectly honest. I really don't care. You know, I haven't played a game in, like as I said, in nearly 15 years. So the fact that with a lot of people saying that all the rules are all need updating and nothing's balanced, well, it's never going to be balanced. That's the whole point of tabletop gaming. If every army was balanced in a way that they were virtually the same, where's the fun in that? But there we go. Pretty much what I'm going to be focused on in this playlist series is just really about the building element, the building and the painting element of it. Now, again, I'm not going to go into instructional videos on the painting. God knows I am not the best person to do it. I've had to practice, practice relearning all the skills that I'd forgotten from years ago of miniature painting. And again, if if people are watching this video, if you want to watch videos about painting techniques, there are other people, plenty of them, and watch their videos, because they're way better at it than me. Basically, it's just I'm just going to film my journey and post it for anybody that may be interested to watch, just actually on the journey I'm taking to start my new army build, which is the Sisters of Battle. Now, I picked this particular figure up on eBay. I'll try and get it in camera. You might see something's not quite right with this one. It was a figure I picked up, paid about £7 for it, and the reason why I bought this was so that I could practice the painting on it. I didn't want to go straight to this box set, so I bought basically want to go, okay, this is my little practice model. I'm going to paint on it, get me colours, reteach myself, or relearn all the techniques to do it. And if it looks crap, not a problem. I can just strip it all off strip all the paint off, have another go, practice. But there's one particular aspect about the hobby that I used to like doing the first time I started collecting, and that was I loved converting miniatures. Just love doing it. I just like taking what is base miniatures. I mean, don't get me wrong, the sculpts are fantastic with these miniatures. They're absolutely spot on. But I always liked to change certain little bits. I like to make the model unique to me, you know. And that's kind of what I decided to do with this. What I've done here, the actual body, the body and the head. This is of the Sister Superior, Sister Superior from the Combat Patrol box. That was the original model that I bought off of eBay. And what I did was actually I thought, well, actually, I can actually use that. I can use this body, and I can form this. I don't know what you call this thing. The simulacrum, whatever it's called. You know, like we see here on the box, we've got this young lady right here holding this version of it with that body pose. Really great looking sculpt, but I was kind of looking at it going, actually, I know what I'm going to do here. And it's purely because I actually saw somebody else do it. So I am stealing their idea, so apologies for that. I was looking at posts on Pinterest, and I spotted a guy or somebody, I assume it's a guy, wrongly so, could be female. Apologies there for that. Not very PC correct of me to say that, is it? I spotted another modeler, and they used this body from this model here and put on a different arm, which had a power sword, different weapon on it, and basically they turned this body into a Palatine. It was a Palatine model. I thought, bingo, that's what I'm going to do. That's a bloody good idea. And it's converting, which I love. The good thing now with these models, apart from, you know, when I think back to when I first got started, and they were the original, you know, the metal miniatures, the level of detail in these sculpts now is just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And the best thing is they're plastic, and so they're so easy to convert. Chop bits off, add bits onto. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Love it. It's a miniature converter's dream. So, yeah, and that's exactly what I've done. I've taken this arm, and this has been converted to fit onto this piece, and I've had to do a little bit of sculpting with a bit of green stuff into there. Going, and it doesn't look too shabby. I had to do a bit of sculpting here on this little pistol holder. Get that back in. This arm was chopped down. This is the original bolter that came with this original piece. But I had to put on a different arm, so that was chopped off. And basically what I did there was I took this arm off the sprue of this kit, cut off the arm holding the bolt pistol, and just glued the actual bolt gun onto the cloth arm so that it would fit up in there. Got it twisted a little bit, so it's kind of like holding it a bit gangster style there, more off to the side, not entirely straight on. And there we go. So completely converted. And what that means, the good thing, and part of the reason why I'm doing this, again, I'm just being a bit of a cheapskate, I think. There you go, get the head in there. She can be looking this way, or she can be looking that way, or whatever. Part of the reason for doing this, I'm kind of being a bit frugal with the models here. Got a spare model here. This is now going to be part of the army. Going to be part of my Battle Sister squad. She's going to be that model just there. I can then build the rest of these and maybe look to see, okay, what can I sort of add to it? Maybe convert them a little bit. But then with this spare body, I can convert that and turn that body into a Palatine model. And there you go. I've got a Battle Sister squad with a Palatine model. Job's a good one. How much additional cost did that make? £7, rather than, you know, 20 odd pound to buy a completely separate Palatine model in itself. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. I had a bit of reflux there. But there we go. I'm going to be picking up a box of Seraphims over the next week or so, and I can start to, you know, use some of those bits to add on and start swapping around to really, you know, start to customize my own Sisters of Battle. But there we go. Really looking forward to it. In between, you know, working on my Enterprise model there in the background. Also, what I've been doing when, you know, in the spare bit of time that I've had over the last 5 weeks, I've been 3D printing Got the 3D printer busy printing out bits of scenery, or starting to print out bits of wargaming tabletops. Really, this is actually a modular, like a modular, like an imperial cathedral type building, which is all getting stuck together. I've still got more bits to print for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna start to go from there. I've also got a plan as well to actually do a diorama, put together a diorama, a Sisters of Battle diorama. So that's going to be coming up in the works. And yeah, I'm just going to be buying more box sets, you know, build up my army, and filming the journey as I go through it. Yeah, and even showing, you know, when I get the miniatures painted. Paint scheme, just to touch on the paint scheme, I'm not going to be painting it in the traditional, you know, this is the Order of our Martyred Lady, isn't it? I'm not going to paint it like that. I'm not going to do the Bloody Rose. I'm not going to do any of the others that we see, the three main core ones. I think what I'm going to do, and I did experiment, and it looked quite nice. Paint wise, inside of the robes are going to be red. Sorry, I'll get this on camera. I'm not filming this very well. They're going to be red. Outside of the robes are going to be white. It's going to be a darkish grey for the armor. That I haven't quite decided yet. But yeah, don't know. Experiment. I was experimenting with the paint scheme on this when I first got the model, just to see what I liked and what worked and what didn't, and then stripped all that paint back off again, ready to have another go. But I think I'm knuckling it down a little bit. I was thinking about maybe doing white, not white armor, but a very light, almost like a pearl, like a pearlized rendition on the armor. Whether I can pull that off or not, I don't know. We'll have to see. But there we go. Sisters of Battle. The journey starts here again for the second time in my life. Second time in my life. There we go. It's one of those things. Nobody ever really truly steps away from Games Workshop. We only take breaks, and then we always come back. It's like a mistress, isn't it? It's like a mistress that calls to us, over the years, and she certainly did with me. And I had to give in. I had to concede defeat and give in and go with it. But there we go. There we are, everybody. New playlist series coming up. You know, all the bits here I haven't started on. These are still all on the sprues. I haven't messed around with it too much. More so because I'm just waiting for a delivery to arrive of some blue stuff, so the molding medium, so I can start to make molds of certain bits of these kits, so I can recast them, and then, you know, really to start customizing some of these miniatures. So I'm just waiting for that to arrive before I can get, you know, stuck into this proper. But again, being conscious of the fact that I've got another project going on, which you can see here in the background, which is taking forever to get through, but I'll get there. So busy boy, been a very busy boy, getting things sorted out. Just while we're on the subject of Warhammer and Sisters of Battle, I couldn't help myself. I had to pick up a purchase the other week, and it's something that I messed around with as well, even though it's been a very, very, very busy month. I'm gonna grab this off again. Apologies for, you know, in front of the camera off the shelf. Look at this. McFarlane Toys. Sister of Battle. I picked this up off eBay, quite reasonably priced. I think it was about £15, brand new, still in the box, completely boxed. There she is. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Absolutely love this action figure. It's fantastic. Got it in the artist proof rendition, which is great. So at some point I'll probably get this painted up as well. Now, some of you may have already spotted there's something not quite right with this one. Something not quite right with this model, or with this action figure. And what's not quite right with it is that's the original head. That's what comes with it. And there's a custom one. Yep. Sculpted, 3D sculpted by yours truly, using Blender, and then 3D printed and painted up and put on there, because I just think it looks so much better. Sisters of Battle, in my personal humble opinion, they look better without the helmets on. I prefer them without the helmets, the face and the hair. But there she is. Look at that. Look at that. All turning up and down, round and round. Looking good. Looking good. Don't know. Gonna have to think of a name. Gonna have to think of a name for her, have to think of a name so I can get her on a, put her on a better stand, maybe give her her own bespoke plinth to stand on with her name on. If anybody's got any suggestions about what a name to give her, a pretty decent cool name, please do pop them in the comments below. Really be interested to hear it, as long as they're sensible, mind everybody, please. I don't want to hear anybody, nothing too rude or outlandish. Sensible names, but I don't know. Look at that, beautiful. Sisters of Battle, fantastic. Oh, I'm going to sit here and play with this all night. No, I'm not, because I've got to start working on this in a moment. But yeah, I could sit here and okay, just a big kid. That's all I am. But yeah, fantastic. I know that Joy Toy as well have done doing these kits and these models and the action figures. But hey, this is the McFarlane's one. Looks great. I love it. Fantastic model to sit there on the shelf. Anyway, there we go. I'll stop rambling on there, guys. Thanks for watching. As I said, this is the start of a new playlist series. Just me filming my journey, getting back into this hobby with the painting and the modelling and the building and the collection of the army and the converting of miniatures. And I'll share some more of what I do with these miniatures and the converting aspect of it as and when I get to that point. But yeah, look forward to having some of you join me on this journey. Yeah, for those of you that are out there are still doing this and have the same love of this hobby, and I know there is plenty of them because I've been watching all of your videos secretly, seeing what other people do. Yeah, fair play to you. Fair play to you. We all love it. We all love it. It's all good fun. Anyway, that's it from me. I'll be back soon, everybody. Hopefully with another video and another update. Everybody take care. I wish you all well. Goodbye.